Okay. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. At this time, tomorrow I'll be coming home from the surgeon. Tomorrow's my surgery. I'm removing my fake boobies. Oh man, it's been such a wild journey. My life is filled with eclectic risks and dangers. It's been amazing. My journey obviously isn't over. Dr. Martin's gonna save my life for the second time tomorrow. I know I'm in good hands, but I'm nervous. I'm excited. My nervousness is an excitement. It's like another new chapter in my life that refuses to stay stagnant, which is beautiful because change is beautiful. And I just want to thank everybody, all my friends, all my family. I've been getting tons of texts. I'm so overwhelmed right now. You guys have no idea. It's been hard for me for so long. But I know I make it look easy. Because I'm a very strong human being. I'm a warrior. I know that. But it's been hard. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, I've had gender dysphoria my entire life. It's not completely away. I also just found out that I have RAD from a very smart person in my life. She's a biologist and scientist. And I was explaining everything that I'd been through as a child. She was like, have you ever heard of RAD? It's called reactive attachment disorder. And lots of people with gender dysphoria have it. Look into it. I'm going to make a new video, but this video is just about just to thank everybody for rocking with me, for rolling with me, man. You know, for accepting me, for accepting my vulnerabilities, for listening to me, for not listening to me, because I know I have a lot of people in my life, strangers, friends, family, colleagues, that their heart ain't right. They'll never hear me. They'll never understand what I've been through, what I'm going through, why I put myself through the things that I put through. But that's okay. It's all good. I love everyone. I want to see everyone win in life. I ain't competing with nobody except for myself. I'm just trying to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. And I'm always leveling up. And I know I'm emotional, but that's just who I am. And I've been going through so much. And all the people that are very close to me know, which aren't a lot. It's just a handful of people. My circle's very small. But I just want to say thank you. Please send me your angels, because I know we're all being divinely guided and protected, and we all have angels, whether you believe in that or not. I don't care. Send them my way. I know I got my crew. My crew's going to be protecting me. I know I'm in good hands. Again, Dr. Martin, he's an incredible surgeon. He's an incredible humanitarian. He's putting kids' heads back together. He was one of the first 9 doctors, group of surgeons that when Haiti had all those earthquakes and natural disasters, he was there, and he was there on pro bono. He was putting fucking kids' heads back together. He's done thousands of breast augmentations. The guy is a genius. He has an amazing heart. And he's definitely one of the people that I trust in the surgical and medical community. And I don't trust many. In light of all that, I also got a beautiful letter from somebody, and it's all relative. And I just want to read the letter. Hang with me. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can, because I know I'm like, and but let's go. This is a letter from, I'm not gonna say his name. I'll just call him MJ. It's a letter from the Netherlands. And I really want to read it because it really touched me today. I read it and I just started crying again because what I go through and what a lot of people that have, you know, gender dysphoria and disorientation is no joke, man. And I see a lot of people, whether you're trans or not, I see a lot of people having, like, you know, body dysmorphism and facial dysmorphisms, and, you know, you got young kids filling up their head with rubber and all this Botox and all this. This is a culture that, you know, they prey off of our insecurities. And I'm just happy that, you know, the older I get, the more, the stronger I get, the more clear I get, the more clarity that's being given to me by the higher. But anyway, let me read this thing. It's Dear Keith. Maybe you remember me from a show or from a handwritten letter that was once given to you earlier this year in Sneak, Holland. I'm still very curious what you thought about the letter because I put my heart and soul into it. I don't even remember the letter, so I'm so sorry, but I have your new letter, which touched me. I would like to thank you for everything, for who you are, for the complexity and authenticity of your soul. It's good to be seen. It really is, because a lot of people don't want to hear me. They don't want to receive my message. They don't understand pure soul, man. I'm a real artist, man, in a world full of con artists, man. Anyway, your authenticity and your soul. I want to thank you for everything, for who you are, for your complexity and authenticity of your soul, your vulnerability, and for all the messages you put out into this world. We fucking need that. All of your true, honest, and real self. If it's through music or messages, it helps me to accept and appreciate an ever-changing world. Not fighting it anymore. It also made me embrace my flaws, be real to myself, and I stopped trying to please others. I feel less stressed and a free man. I can't thank you enough for that. And I know what he's talking about, because I stand in my power and I don't let anybody devalue my worth and how I see myself, okay? Access denied to all the people who don't see my worth. I don't care if you're a friend, family, I don't care how long I know you. I've been cutting mad motherfuckers out of my life because they just refuse to see my worth. Anyway, I'm happy I inspired you like that. On a personal note, I want to thank you for living your life as Mina. My wife and I want to have kids for many years. Last year, she finally was pregnant, but it ended in a miscarriage. I'm so sorry for that. Fuck, man, we cried during pregnancy, and we decided to call the baby Mina. I mean, these are the people these are my music fans. These are my people, man. Just to give you an idea of the intensity of what I've been dealing with for over 30 years, with and without Life of Agony, but mostly Life of Agony. The choice helped us get over it and get some closure. I know your choice to go back to Keith helped us to close the book permanently. And when I'm down or having a bad day, it always gives me strength to let myself and my emotions out in a good way and just get on with life. Life is short. Live it. Thank you for raising me. My parents never taught me that. Thank you for sharing that with us, my friend. Furthermore, I watched your video about detransitioning a few times. I can't wait for the next video. Here's the next video, my friend. This is the next video, and you're involved in Holland. I work as a social worker, and the topic of detransition cannot be discussed. Okay? This is what's going on. This is what's going on post-COVID and all this post-gender affirming care. I call it gender affirming nightmare because it's not care. Just listen. I work as a social worker, and the topic of detransition cannot be discussed. If you bring it up, it isn't there. It isn't a real thing. It doesn't exist. We no longer look at the underlying traumas and causes of why people identify or don't identify with their gender. It makes me sick seeing the experiment on young children with hormones or puberty blockers. I think we could discuss that for hours. Unfortunately, my English is so bad. And when I see you, my mind goes blank meeting one of my heroes. I would like to end this letter with a request. It is not in my nature to do so, but if you would love to have something, I won't come unless you ask for it. So here goes nothing. I would love to have a letter with some words of wisdom from you, something I can take with me forever and put in my coffin when the time comes. All the love from the Netherlands, MJ. Man, this letter fucking destroyed me because it just touches on so many things, and I'm sorry about your miscarriage. I'm sorry to wifey. Keep trying. Don't give up. This is, when he mentions that the fact that they don't even talk about the trauma and the underlying trauma that causes people like me to have gender dysphoria and gender disorientation. It's all rooted in trauma, people. It's all rooted in trauma, okay? I've been traumatized. If I write a book, the first chapter is going to be called Womb Trauma. My mom died at 20. She was a drug addict. My father also, too. I never had a childhood. I'm going to make a separate video about this, but the trauma as children is the most important thing to talk about. And no one addresses that, especially these days, post-COVID and post all the bullshit we're seeing in the world. All the scientists, all these people, endocrinologists, pediatricians, surgeons, everyone's been bought and sold. Not everyone, but the majority. And it has to be talked about, because I'm telling you right now, like, here's where I'm getting at. I'm 51 years old, okay? I had gender dysphoria my whole life. It fucking crippled me. It still cripples me to a degree. It has fucking destroyed my life, okay? I went on hormones for almost 20 years. 2013, I started. I'm off it 7 years. You know the story in the first detransitioning video. Go watch that. But what I want to talk to you is about, here I am now at 51 years old. I'm starting to get the clarity that I need in my life. My gender dysphoria has dissipated. I realize that I have reactive attachment disorder and probably a whole list of other mental disorders, if we want to call it that, or just lots of discomfort within, and my point of this whole video is that I'm excited, I'm nervous to move on, to walk into a new, more healed version of myself. I'm not 100% completely healed. I'm working on that. I work on that every day. I've been doing it pretty much alone because I'm very reclusive. I'm always alone. I'm always isolating. I'm a lone wolf. I'm simmering in my solitude. This is my way. This is the way of the chosen ones. I can't help being like this, but a lot of people call me antisocial, but I'm vibrationally selective. I don't like to be around a lot of people. I like to be in here. I have thousands of books that I read. I do research. I play my piano. I play my art. But my point is, I'm sorry, I go off. My point is, I'm 51. I'll be 52. My point is, I always think, oh my God, if I was born today, my parents might not have, but they might have transitioned me as a kid when I couldn't consent for myself. And this is my whole point of the video. If here I am at 51, if my parents, my misguided parents, made a decision for me to make irreversible surgeries that I couldn't fix, I would have probably put a bullet in my head right now. That's where I'm at right now. I think about all these children that are being misguided by Big Farm and all these corrupt demons backing this gender-affirming care. Dudes, people, listen to me. I know I've saved so many parents that grew up listening to my music. I can't begin to tell you how many children I've saved.